What's up, YouTube? This is Chris with Jerno's Comics. And this is...
Noah.
And he is 10 years old today. Yes, he's 10 years old today. I can't believe it.
My toy.
Yes, and that is his Spidey toy. And we're coming at you with a special video. I mean, it's a happy birthday Noah video, but really it is a super spectacular Spidey video.
Homecoming.
Yeah, we just got back from seeing Homecoming. What did you think, buddy?
It was awesome.
It was awesome. Who was your favorite character?
Seriously.
Spider-Man?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Awesome, buddy. Okay. You want to go?
Yeah.
You want to go hang out now? All right. Awesome.
I'm going to play some Narnia.
He's going to go play some video games. So, guys. All right, man. I've been waiting so long. I mean, how many months have I been waiting to make this video? I waited, like, you know, since last... I don't get to movies on opening night anymore with the kids and everything. Plus, wanted to make it a special event for my son's birthday. So, I have been waiting months. Ever since all of the drama with Zendaya, the changing of the characters of different ethnicities and all this. And I have just been itching and itching to get this video out. So I'm going to tell you guys right now, there might be some spoilers. Well, there's going to be one spoiler, that's for sure. So if you haven't seen it yet, you don't want to hear about any spoilers, please turn this video off, put it in your, you know, save for later, and then go check the movie out, and then come back and holler at me. So, guys, all right. Let me just go in and state that I love the movie. I love the movie. Let's just talk about Spider-Man first off. Spider-Man has had how many tries now? You know, this is his third try in the big screen. I mean, all of them are entertaining to some extent, in my opinion. I really enjoyed the feel of the first three movies, but I felt that there was a lot of stuff wrong. I felt they got the villains, well, maybe not Venom. Green Goblin was awesome. Dr. Octopus was awesome. And number 2, Sandman was awesome. And, you know, Tobey Maguire did his thing, whatever. The aesthetics, obviously, J. Jonah Jameson. A lot of the characters were on point. It made you feel like you were brought into the comic book. I've said before, Mary Jane, Kirsten Dunst was horrible. Obviously, Venom, Topher Grace. Then we get Sony coming back with Andrew Garfield, who I think did a actually, for a more modernized Peter Parker, I thought he did a good job. So Emma Stone, right, as Gwen Stacy. I thought she did a great job as Gwen Stacy.
Oh, wait,
but
she the one in...
Yes, but
Fantastic.
We wanted him in the Marvel Universe. We got him in the Marvel Universe. Tom Holland as Peter Parker Spider-Man. Perfect. Hands down, best Spider-Man. I mean, we got a little glimpse of him, you know, in Civil War. We got it. We got the full dosage. I'm going to tell it like this, guys. For the 2 hours and 16 minutes or whatever it was, however long the movie was, I was not bored for 1 minute. I was not bored for 1 second of that movie. I felt Marvel handled everything perfectly. You know, even like I came back from Wonder Woman, which I loved, and there was a few things where I was like, this could have been this, that could have been that. I've been sitting pondering it all night, all day and night, like nothing. I don't even know. The casting was great, and I'm going to get into that in a minute. The acting was great. The humor was perfect throughout. It wasn't overbearing. It wasn't awkward. It just fit all of it. The action sequences, the storyline, the build-ups. Man, I'm telling you, man, Marvel, just what is it with Marvel in terms of Marvel Studios? They are just killing the game right now. Man, DC, learn some lessons. What is it? Man, Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr. having his part in it, was just, I mean, it fit. Now, let's get more into like the storyline and how it reflects the comic books and all that. obviously, and I say this about this movie as to some other Marvel movies. When they changed things in the storyline, they did it in a way that it fit. So they did a great balancing act of taking the comic books and changing it in a way that allowed you to know that you're still in the comic books, you're still following it, but yet they made it work with the changes that they did. So it's where the changes actually improve upon the storyline. I thought they did a great job. Hats off to everyone in Marvel Studios. And I don't know how much Sony did in this, and just that they let Marvel say, okay, do your thing. We're just gonna throw our name on it. I don't know, but they did a great job. Now, let's get into the characters, and I'm just gonna reiterate here: Tom Holland, hands down, my favorite Spider-Man so far, as Peter Parker and as Spider-Man. His banter as Spider-Man was perfect. It was perfect, and I also credit that to the writers and the directors and producers, and how they, from scene to scene, and what was going on in the movie, and how they incorporated the banter, and it was just set up perfectly. Obviously, Marissa Tomei is Aunt May. It's definitely a younger Aunt May. An attractive Aunt May, which kind of, there's some elements here, and this has been in all the Marvel Cinematic Universe of the Ultimate Universe, and I think this Aunt May is definitely more of the Ultimate Universe Aunt May. It worked. Michael Keaton is Vulture. I love seeing, Michael Keaton hasn't been, I know he's done a lot of independent stuff, and he's done a lot of good stuff since the 80s and early 90s, but he kind of like took a back seat in Hollywood, and it was good to see him kind of in a well publicized role, and he played the villain perfectly. There was a little twist with his character that and another character. I won't even talk about this. I won't give this away, just in case you guys are watching and haven't seen it. That was a huge twist that wasn't in the comic books. It was him and another main character, and it worked. I'm wondering why they did it. I'm wondering if they did that because they didn't want to. It took kind of a Green Goblin twist, and if you see the movie, you know what I was talking about. But it worked, like I said, guys. All right, let's get into the fat of it. And for those of you who have waited around for 8 minutes to get to this point, thank you so much, because this is what I've been trying to get to for months and months and months. Spoiler. Zendaya. So we learned, she goes through the movie. She's not in it too much. She has these small little parts, and I don't know about you guys, I loved it. I thought it was so perfectly quirky, where she, was just kind of in the backdrop. And every, in these random moments, she would just like pop in with these, quick lines, and it worked so perfectly to me. And then in the last couple of minutes of the film, call me MJ. Zendaya is MJ. I'm sorry, guys. I try to be as positive I can, with Jerno's comics, but I am laughing at you haters right now. I'm laughing. And I'm sorry, hate me for it. I don't care. Leave it in the comments. Unsubscribe for me. I don't talk like this over the year that I've been doing, YouTube, but I'm going to talk about it right now. Unsubscribe me. You can disagree, and we can be respectful, and you can keep watching, and I appreciate you. But if you are really butthurt and you can't take what I'm saying right now, I'm sorry, haters. I am so happy that Zendaya is Mary Jane. Okay? Now, the one thing that I feel is going to happen, again, if you read The Ultimate, MJ is introduced in high school, and she's a young kid. She's not yet this kind of growing, developed woman that is aspiring to be a model. She's not grown into her looks and her, beauty yet and all this stuff. So, and we all know that Zendaya is a beautiful woman, and they obviously made her kind of more frumpy, made her more of a 15-year-old. And with any actor that play the role, I like how they did that, and how hopefully, you know, in the next movie, they will probably be seniors in high school. She'll be more into her, you know, a 17-year-old coming of age young woman. Now, you could tell in the movie, especially on that last shot of her, that she has auburn in her hair. And I don't think they really pulled that out because of how this whole thing was a big surprise. And I'm sorry, I give it to Marvel too for this being a surprise, and that they didn't give this away, and that there was so much controversy out there and so many people hating it. Let me say another thing. If you take Zendaya's features, she's a mixed ethnicity. She has white in her, okay? If you take her melanin out and give her white complexion, her features are very much a classic MJ. She has the facial structure. I'm an artist. I see these things. She has the cheekbones, the lips, the big eyes. She has it. But yet her skin is slightly more brown. And this is what I'm talking about. Hate all you want. Let me bring this into all the other characters now, okay? How they changed up Ned, who, to be honest, I don't know what his ethnicity. He looked maybe a Pacific Islander. Excuse my ignorance. I haven't looked. I'm just guessing. And then I do believe that Flash is either in Asiatic, from maybe India or Pakistan or somewhere in that area. And again, excuse my ignorance if I'm off. Let's focus on Ned. I didn't care that he was brown. What they did change though was he was more of a you know, this chubby little kid, just a normal kid, and he was a geek like Peter. Ned really wasn't a geek in the comic books. He was a very well-rounded, bright young man. I liked him being a geek. This is the change that I think worked. And much credit to the actor. I don't care what race, ethnicity he was. He pulled it off. Now, Flash, this is the one thing that I did kind of question. Again, I don't care what his race is. It's how they portrayed him as a character. He wasn't the jock bully. He was the, I'm spoiled, I'm wealthy, I'm super smart, and I know everything, I'm smarter than you kind of bully. But he was still the bully, and it worked. And we've seen the jock bully so many times, not only in the Spider-Man movies, but in other movies and stories and all this stuff. So hey, you know what? Bokeem Woodbine, being Shocker. He's an OG. I like what he's done in film. I'm glad to see him back in something. And I don't give a damn that he was black. It's because he can take on the role. I'm done, guys. I'm sorry, guys. I understand that we want to carry on tradition. We get stuck in, it's human nature to get stuck in our ways, whatever it may be. Whether it's comic books, characters, how we like our food, how we like certain things to be. And as we get older, we get more stuck in those things. That's why there's generation gaps and everything. I get it. But guess what? We have to understand that these characters were all white because it was in an era where I'm not going to say it how some people might want me to say it in order to get upset at me. The supremacy of white influence. You see how I did that? The influence of the dominating white culture and population and power structure dominated. And we know that. I'm not trying to get too deep into politics here, but it's a fact, okay? When these comics came out, black folks were still, fighting for their civil rights, getting hosed down in the streets. And I'm not saying nothing bad about Stan Lee or any of the original creators, because we know that Stan Lee and these creators tried to diversify to what they could, to the extent that they could back then. But if you go to New York right now, and you go to a high school, there is not going to be a group of 5, 6, 7, 8 people that are so diverse, yet they're all white. It makes no sense, okay? All right? So, and I'm not one for changing things just to be politically correct. And we all know politically correct could be two ways, depending on what your political belief is. If your political belief is, you know, this wing or this whatever, being politically correct means one thing. If it's over this way, being politically correct means one. I'm not for that. And this is not my spiel. My spiel is because it worked. Bottom line, it worked. And it represents a real feel of what these kids in growing up in New York right now would experience. All that matters is that they take the heart of the character. And I think they did. I think they all did. And I love this movie. I cannot wait. I'm going to go see it again. I cannot wait for it to come on Blu-ray. I cannot wait for the next one. And I think Marvel just... This is a tough one for me. Marvel dropped the gem. I'm so happy. Spider-Man being my favorite superhero. He's in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And between Iron Man, the first Guardians, maybe even Civil War, this is up there. This might be my favorite out of all the Marvel movies now. It might be taking the cake. I don't know. It's tough. I'm going to watch it again to make that decision, guys. So, I mean, Marvel did their thing. I was online today, just before filming this video, and I was already seeing the hate. There was a meme of Andrew Garfield in a Spider-Man suit, and it said, Marvel gets the rights to Spider-Man. Marvel finally gets the rights to Spider-Man, and what do they do? And go and mess up all the characters. The hate is real, guys. If you have reservations and you're like, you want to, you know, you're stuck in your ways and you want it to be a certain way, my advice for you is at least see the movie first. See the movie and then make a decision based on the actor's ability to take on a role. Amazing job, Marvel. Hats off, man. I don't know what else to say, guys. I am very, very excited about this. I'm very excited to hear your guys' feedback. I want to see some comments. I want to hear some dialogue. And again, guys, hey, you know what? Like I said, if you disagree with me, drop it in the comments. I like to provide positive argument. I say argue. I did debate class, and I'm a business major. And when I say to argue, it doesn't mean to disrespect. An argue is a positive conversation of two people bringing two different viewpoints. I love this. If you have a different viewpoint than me, put it in the comments. Make a video and tag me in it and say, I agree or I disagree. Let's do this thing and let's talk about this. And if we do have different viewpoints, let's try to understand each other. Let's not hate on each other. Let's not get angry and automatically put a wall up and oh, he disagrees. You know, let's figure out why. Why do you have reservations the way you do? Why am I so open to the changes that are made? Let's talk about it. Because I'm sure, even though I may disagree with you, I can find something positive in what you're trying to say. Because I already said I get it. I understand why we want to stick to things, how they work. You know, I like my pancakes with chocolate chips in them. But one day, if they come with blueberries in them, I'm going to be like, I like my pancakes with chocolate chips in them. Well, this is all we have, blueberries. Am I going to like walk away? No, I'm going to sit there, I'm going to try. You know what? I might actually like blueberries in my waffles or pancakes. Did I say waffles or pancakes? I don't care. The point is, from here on out, I may be eating blueberries in them instead of chocolate chips. You see what I'm saying? It's not always, pun intended, not intended. I don't know. It's not always so black and white. All right? Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you have not subscribed and you enjoyed what you saw, please subscribe. I want to thank everyone out there for getting me to over 300 subscribers. I'm going to do a video this week shouting out some new subscribers. I had to get this off my chest first, and we're over 20 minutes, so I'm going to cut it at this. Thank you so much, guys. I really, please, leave some feedback, leave some comments. I greatly appreciate it. I appreciate your time. Guys, go check out Spider-Man Homecoming. And congrats to everyone involved in this movie. It was beautiful. I can't wait for more. All right, guys. Till next time.